What's up, guys? This is Mark from the Toys of a Time Gone By, and today I wanted to talk about what a lot of people are talking about, and you know what that is, the snake lair, the reveal of the snake lair. sdcc is done. San Diego Comic-Con is over, and a lot of people are left with question mark about the snake lair. Alright, so last year we did a fan vote and the snake lair won. And what people got was the concept of the snake lair exactly like they looked at it, they liked it. It was very simple, minimal, but it was a nice, pleasing design that they were looking for. So fast forward to this past weekend, and we get the reveal of the snake lair, which looks totally different, except for a few little minor details that were just kind of rearranged a bit. And okay, that's fine. You know, it's a big play set now. It's not that clamshell minimal play set that could kind of stand with Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain. My opinion is Snake Mountain, which used to be in the vintage line, kind of more of a boring type of play set, except for the feature that it had the microphone that made it fun. But the inside of Snake Mountain in a vintage line was kind of like very drab. It was boring. And so when we got the Snake Mountain, they gave us all these features inside, and a trap door and a bone throne and all these extra features that made it really cool. And they did away with the microphone feature, which I don't care. That's fine. They could have. I don't care about that. But they gave us something really nice that they had liberties. They made it more. They created more for it, and it was and it's a great play set. So this design for Snake Lair came from design from the concept from the Classics line from Axel Jimenez, and this is what people expected. They wanted that design, and I'm seeing a lot of other YouTubers sort of like complaining about the people that are upset about it and crying about it. They're saying crying about it, quote unquote. And you know what? I don't think people are crying about it. My opinion is people are kind of a little bit miffed about the fact that they're not getting the design that they voted for. If they would have saw that other design, it might not have won, because it's not the design that they wanted from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the design they wanted, and people could talk about concept art, but it comes down to one thing, is if you show a design, a basic design of something, yes, you could change things here and there, but the whole design should actually be what you see should be what comes out. That's what my opinion is. You can change this or that in the interior, because we didn't really see an interior with it, but that basic design should remain the same. And it's fine that Mattel decides to change it up, but what Mattel did was they changed it so drastically that it, kind of like turns people off about it. And it's understandable. For me, I don't have a connection with the original Classics design. I actually would have liked to see personally, would have liked to see the Fright Zone being redone. I did vote for the Fright Zone, and I did vote for Snake Lair too, but my first choice was the Fright Zone, which I felt should have been done. But, I mean, we may get a Fright Zone retail priced. For something that is a crowd fund, you're going to end up paying a crowd fund price. So just like Eternia, but that's Eternia, and that's a totally different beast. Eternia is vintage, and nobody ever thought they would see another Eternia ever, except for the first one, and that thing is kind of like so expensive, and a lot of parts. But to get an Eternia for a brand new Eternia, it was totally exciting, and just people wanted it. People were excited about it, and of course they're going to back it. That's why it almost had 10,000 backers. It only missed the last tier by, again, probably a few hundred backers, and missed it. But that's fine. But nobody cared about Keklar, I guess. But for this, something that is new, which is fine, Mattel giving us something new, and I'm fine with getting something new. But to show something and to put something out that's totally different, it kind of makes the fans upset. And I don't think they're wrong. Honestly, my opinion is, I do like this design. I think that they got very creative, and I think that the vintage vehicle, which I never knew existed, the rattle trap, I think that's great as far as bringing out concept designs from the vintage line to now. Giving us something like that will help it sell. But I do feel that it's very big, and yes, I'm going to have to make room for that. And it does fold in, which is good, which is nice that it does fold in. But how much is this going to be? That either makes it or breaks it, honestly. The price will make it or break it, and the tiers showing, what are the tiers going to be? It's not gonna really help if we're getting tiers that are mediocre, and it doesn't help people who are mixed about this to back this if it's not something they want. That's my personal opinion of it. For me, I will back this if the price is reasonable. If the price is $400, $500 like Eternia, I'm out. And I think, personally, I feel most people will decide not to back this if the price is not right. It all depends on the price. Because it's something new, and it's something not what people voted for. So you have those things that are kind of strikes against it. And if the tiers are not right, then you have another strike against it. Unfortunately, Mattel might have made a bust here. So I'm not saying that it won't be backed. I'm saying it's possible, depending on which way they go, if it will be backed or not. And that's my opinion about it, guys. We can't, as much as I want to say, yes, this is great, like, let's get this down, but how many fans out there are going to want this particular playset if it's something that they see now and they did not want since the reveal? They wanted it before the reveal. They wanted it for the concept art, but after the reveal, they kind of changed their mind about it, because I don't want to say, they're wrong or they're right or whatever it is, but Mattel should have at least did right by people, and Mattel should have followed the concept and tried to get the concept art that was there and try to make it as close as that as the fans wanted it. That's all I'm saying. I think it's cool. Don't think I'm being negative about it, because I'm not being negative about it. I'm just kind of saying that this is what people wanted. I'm talking about what people thought they, what they seen and what they voted for and what they wanted. I'm not being negative about it, because I think it's cool. I think it's cool to have a new playset like this, but if it's cool if it's not going to be crazy priced. It's cool for if it's not going to be at Eternia price. It should really, to be honest with you, I think that personally they could have just put this out for retail and this would have sold. This would have definitely sold. They could have made this $100 and this would have sold. They could have made it a little bit smaller and more compact and it would have sold. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of crazy. It's just kind of crazy. This would have definitely sold. Snake Mountain, to be honest with you, Snake Mountain looks 10 times better than this. Snake Mountain is awesome. What they gave us for $80 for Snake Mountain, awesome. That's all they needed to do, was do something that was like that. Do something that was totally just a clamshell, had some unique features to it. That's all they needed to do. They needed to stay simple. But they didn't want to stay simple. They wanted to create and give us something brand new, and different, and totally out of scope. So it could it could justify a price for a crowdfund. So, well, there you go. There you go. I mean, so what are you guys going to do? Do you believe you're just going to back this? You're not going to back this, or you're going to wait to see the price before you back it? Just let me know in the comments what you think you're going to do. And do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Are you excited? Just let me know in the comments. All right. Thanks so much, and good journey.